welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been forever since I posted a video, even though it's only been around a week, I believe. I've just been real busy, but I figured I would just do a chit chat, get ready with me kind of video. So I'm going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be talking to you guys, letting you know a little bit more about me and everything. So before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload videos. And at the end, give it a thumbs up if you like this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just starting with my regular primers. You all know what primers I use already because I feel like I use kind of like the same primers all the time. So like I said, this past week it's been real busy. I've been real busy at work, and I had a wedding and I had my sister's graduation party, so I did not have time to film any videos. But today I'm not doing anything, so I just figured I would film early in the morning because it's around 10 a.m. That's kind of early for me. So I just figured I would film a couple of videos since I have time. So I'm just priming my eyes as always, and I'm using the Wet n Wild concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige. Yes, Light Medium Beige. I always forget the names of the shades that I use, but it's the Light Medium Beige. And I know I promised a video with my sister-in-law, but she's been real busy at work too, and she's leaving next week for work. So I think we are going to be filming on Saturday, which is the day that she gets out of work early. So we already made plans for that day. So we are going to be filming that video soon, if nothing happens, you know. So yeah. Okay, so for today, I think I just want to do, I'm going to be using this Tartelette palette, the toasted one. I went to Ulta the other day and they had it on sale. I believe it was $29. I think it was $29. So these palettes usually retail for $45 and they were $29. So I just grabbed this one. This is the only one that I was missing. So I'm going to be using the shade Cashmere, which is this one right here. It's like a peachy kind of shade. And I'm just going to be applying this on my crease. I'm not doing anything crazy for today because, I mean, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So I just want something natural. Natural for me, it's like, might not be natural for you guys, but you know what I mean. So next I'm just going to be using the next shade next to it, and it's in the shade Warmth. And this is a little bit darker. It's like a terracotta brownish, I want to say. So again, it's just on the crease. So as you guys know, I'm going to talk a little bit more about me. As you guys know, I am married. I've been married for 6 years. It's close to 7 years. It's around 6 years. And I live in a small town like way south of Texas. You guys might not even know where this is if you don't live here. So yeah, and I have 2 dogs. You all know I had my Chihuahua. My Chihuahua is 4 years, I want to say. I believe she's 4 years, and I got her as a baby. And it's a funny story because my husband did not like dogs. When I lived at my mom's, I had a Chihuahua, and when I moved in with my husband, I couldn't bring her because my husband was allergic to dogs. And I couldn't bring her because, of course, he was allergic to dogs, to like the dog hair. So I left her with my mom, and eventually she got sick and they had to get rid of her. So I mean, that was kind of sad. So I really wanted a dog, and I kept on asking my husband for a dog. He kept on saying that he was allergic, so I couldn't really get a dog. I'm going to just use this shiny shade right here. It's called Candle. So I couldn't get a dog. I kept on begging that I wanted a Chihuahua because I'm so used to Chihuahuas. I'm used to having a dog. So he kept on saying no. So after 2 years, one day I was home and he came home and he brought a chihuahua, and it was so cute. It was a baby chihuahua. I'll post a picture right here if I can find one when she was small. She was so cute. And he brought her and he's like, look what I brought you. And I was like, whatever, because I didn't believe him, because he would say that he didn't want a dog because he was allergic to dogs. So I didn't even believe that he was bringing me a dog until I was like, whatever. And he's like, what, you don't want it? And I'm like, whatever, whose is it? It's not even yours. And he's like, yes, I brought it for you. But I couldn't believe him because, I mean, 2 years and he never got me a dog. So, okay, for my foundation, I'm using the NARS foundation, and I'm in the shade Patagonia. I believe that's how you say it. So, yeah, that's the story. He brought me the dog, and then he's like, you have to take care of the dog. You have to take her to the vet, give him the vaccines and everything. Otherwise, we'll get rid of it. And I had to bathe my chihuahua every single day because, you know, he was allergic to dogs. He didn't want any like hair falling off and anything. But then I noticed that he wasn't even getting allergy reactions to my dog. So eventually I stopped bathing her every single day because the vet told me it was not good because she was getting real dry skin. So now I only bathe her like around every 3 to 4 days. So yeah, so then after 3 months she got sick. She got the parvo, and it was real sad. She got parvo. I went to the vet after 3 days that she's been sick because I just thought it was like a stomach flu or something, you know. So by the 3rd day she was already like kind of like she couldn't get up. She would just fall. So I took her to the vet, and sure enough, she had parvo. The vet was like, either she has worms or she has parvo. And I was hoping she got worms because I know dogs die from parvo. So yeah, sure enough, he comes back and he's like, she has parvo. I just teared up. I started crying because I thought she was going to die, because I've had dogs die from parvo before. So he's like, no, it's okay. If you want, we can treat her here. We'll give her all the medication that she needs. And I was like, well, how much is it? And he's like, it's okay. We have like a payment plan, whatever. I think it was called Care Credit. So I was like, okay, let's try that out. And of course I qualified. So I left her there. Even though I wasn't going to leave her there, he told me that if I didn't want to pay, they would take her. They would take her and they would take care of her. So I was like, no, it's my dog. Like, I want her. So I paid, and it was real expensive, but she's okay now. She's good. Roxy! So if you guys haven't met Roxy, this is Roxy. This is my Chihuahua. She's kind of like a weird color. She's kind of like a tigerish, brown and blackish hair, and she's not that small. She's like, let me see what I can. She's like this big. Stop it, Onyx. She's like this big, so she's not that small. But the doctor told me she grew because of the plasma that they gave her. They gave her some plasma, so that's what made her grow a little bit bigger than her usual size. And yeah, I mean, that's my first dog. That's Roxy, and she's 4 years old. My other dog, I have a blue heeler. I think he's mixed with something else. But the story about him is I found him right outside my door. I don't know, for some reason I went outside and there was a dog on my front door, like on my patio in the front. And I told my husband, there's her dog loose. And I told him, go check if it's a neighbor's, like across the street, because we really don't talk to the neighbor across our street. But I knew he had some dogs, and I was pretty sure he had blue heelers because they look like blue heelers, but apparently it's something else. He went to call him, and no, it was not his dog. Our neighbor from the other side had given him food, and he was eating. It was, I think it was like a noodle soup or something. I don't even know what it was. And he was eating, so I told my husband, bring him to the side, because I live on a road where a lot of cars pass because it's a school zone street. So I told him, just bring him over here, tie him on the tree. Maybe the owner will, you know, start walking, looking for him. No, so that was at night. So we left him there at night, and we gave him food and water. So the next day, he was still there. Nobody had looked for him. So I posted a missing dog, like that I found a dog on Facebook. And I shared it on a lot of pages, like the Lost and Found Pets and everything. And nobody claimed him that day. Nobody asked for him. He was tied up on the tree in the front on the shade, because I do have a tree in their shade. And nobody like was looking for him. So I told my husband, can we keep him? And he's like, no, we do not want another dog. We already have one. And he said no. So we left him there another day. He was outside 3 days, and I told my husband, look, let's just take him to the backyard. And he was like, no, 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 because I know you're going to want to keep it. And I was like, well, I don't want to let it loose because they're going to run over him, and I mean, that's going to be even worse. So he's like, so he told me, okay, on the 3rd day, by the end of the day at night, if nobody claims him, we'll put it on the backyard. I was like, okay. So I was actually hoping nobody claimed him because I wanted to keep the dog. So sure enough, nobody claimed him. It was already night on the 3rd day. He was outside where everybody could see him. So it's not like the owners were looking for him or anything, because you could see the dog if you walked by my house. So sure enough, we took him to the backyard. He started running. I introduced him to my Chihuahua. It took a while for them to like get along. I want to say not a lot. It was maybe like 2 days. And then I took my other sister-in-law's dog outside so they can actually meet, because my sister-in-law's dog is a husky and she lives right next door. So they needed to get along. So actually they did. They got along real good. So that was a good thing. So I named him Onyx because at first we did not know what to name him. My husband was naming him weird names like Pinto, which means like spotting, you know, like all over his body. He was naming him Solovino, which means that he came by itself. He was calling him Corky. He still calls him Corky because he is kind of quirky. I think because he's still a baby. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he looks like he's around, when I got him in February. He looked like he was around maybe 5 months, 5 or 6 months, even though he's big. But I mean, he was a baby, so he was kind of like a quirky dog. So my husband was calling him Corky and another weird names. So I just decided to name him Onyx because if you guys don't know what onyx is a stone, and it's exactly the same color as my dog, which I named Onyx. So yeah, I also will post a picture around here of the rock so you guys can see what I mean of the shades of my dog, because they're literally the exact same shades of colors. It's like black, white, and gray. So I named him Onyx because of that, and also because there's an OPI polish named Onyx, which is just a black polish, and I always like that name, like Onyx. So yeah, that's the story about the other dog, Onyx, and I'll show him to you kind of like at the end of the video because he's kind of big and he's kind of heavy to carry, and he's actually laying around right here, but he's heavy, so I'll just wait till the end of the video to show it to you guys. Even though he's already been here before, like I've shown him to you guys, but I just want to show him again just in case some of you guys missed him. So yeah. So that's it. I have 2 dogs and I really love dogs. I just feel like everybody needs a dog. So yeah, that's a story about my dogs. I feel like I only talked about my dogs, but I love dogs. So And also, if you guys don't know, I do nails. I mentioned that before also on my channel. I do nails. I rent a space on a spa. And I'm an independent worker. Like, nobody tells me what to do or anything. It's just me doing nails in that spa. So I rent my own space. I go whenever I want to. I work whenever I want to. And I really like that because I used to work at a Vietnamese place. And that was real hard. I mean, at first I didn't mind because I wasn't married, so I didn't really mind working long hours. This happened to any of you? Whenever I put eyeliner, my eyes get so watery. So I was working there, and I would work every single day except for Tuesdays because that was my day off. And it was from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. It was basically all day long. I did not have a life. I would get out. I was tired. And I just did not want to do anything. And that was for around 3 years until I met my husband. So funny story, I'm going to tell you how I met my husband. If my family's watching, I think they already know how I met my husband. I used to do my sister-in-law's nails when I was working at the Vietnamese place. I used to do her nails, and I would wax her eyebrows. I still do. And then one day she told me, I'm gonna bring you my brother so you can do his pedicure. He likes getting pedicures and manicures. So sure enough, she came one day with my husband, which was my client back then. I mean, he was my client back then. So she came with him, and she's like, this is my brother, I want you to do his pedicure. So I saw him, and of course, I mean, he was cute and everything, but at that time I did think he was a little bit too old for me because he is older than me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started doing his pedicure and everything, and he just kept on staring at me. It was kind of like uncomfortable at first because I was like, okay, this guy is just staring at me and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So sure enough, I finished and everything, like the service and everything, and I find out that he likes me. So my sister-in-law told me, oh, my brother really liked you. He wants to get to know you, whatever. And I was like, no, because I thought, I mean, he was too old. I thought he was too old back then. So he kept on going. I'm not going to lie. He started going basically almost every week to get a pedicure and a manicure, even though he does not need that because his feet are so pretty. He was going like almost every week, and he kept on asking me like, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out to eat? And I was like, no. I think back then at that time, I had a boyfriend. Yes, I had a boyfriend, but he did not live here. So, I mean, I didn't really see him a lot, but we're still going out. So I was like, no, I have a boyfriend. I can't. He was like, just as friends, I just want to take you out to eat and this and that. And I was like, no. So it took him, I want to say, I don't know, maybe like a year or two begging me to go out with him until I broke out. I think I broke out with that boyfriend, and then a couple of months later I was talking to someone else. So I mean, I kept on saying no because I had another boyfriend, and then I broke up with that boyfriend and I started going out with my husband. So finally I said yes, and we went out to eat. It was real fun. I had fun with him. I started to get to know him more because, of course, when I have clients, I mean, I talk to them and everything, but it's not like I know them a lot. So I started talking to him. We started going out and everything, and I fell in love with him. Like, it's so weird because at first, and he still tells me, like, at first I would say no, whatever, like, no, I don't want to go out with you, and now it's like we're together, you know, like. So that's a funny story. That's how I met my husband, and we've been married 6 years, and yeah, I'm happy. We're happy. So yeah, this is it. This is the final result that I came up with. It's real natural. I really like this foundation. I just got it, so this is my second time that I use it, and I really like it. So yeah, this is it for this video. Let me show you my dog before I leave so you guys can see my dog. Onyx, come here, papacito. Okay, I got you. So this is Onyx. As you guys can see, his color, his skin is like gray, white, and black, and he's so cute. Huh, Papa, you're so cute. No. And yeah, this is Onyx. So, and he sheds a lot. So this is a dog that I found. So yeah, you guys already know my dogs. You know a little bit more about me. I think I'm going to be doing more of these videos. You guys can know more about me as life goes on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye.